What's up, my people? This is your boy Chef Don, and I'm here with another video, y'all. But listen. We're doing something a bit different. We are going to be doing many documentaries on some of your favorite celebrities, deceased or alive. And our first one that we're going to get into it, and it is going to be three parts. It's going to be over the late Kim Porter and the rapper Diddy. But before we get into anything, y'all already know what y'all supposed to do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments down in the comment section. Let me know how you really feel about this thing. Okay. Let's get into the thing. Of November the 15th, 2018. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Kim went to bed early last night because she wasn't feeling well. When family members went to wake her up Thursday, she was non responsive. Paramedics pronounced Kim dead at her home. As for the cause, we're told she was battling an illness, either the flu or pneumonia, over the last few days and was being treated with saltine and vitamins. Authorities are also looking at a recent trip Kim took to Africa to determine if she contracted a disease. No illegal drugs were found. The coroner will perform an autopsy and perform a toxicology report as well. The coroner's van is leaving Porter's home. Kim Porter, the model and actress who dated Diddy for 13 years, was found dead Thursday at her LA area home, TMZ has learned. Law enforcement sources tell us they got a call to Porter's Lake home around noon. Police are still on the scene right now. Again, y'all, this was back on November the 15th of 2018. According to emergency dispatch audio, the call came in as a patient in cardiac arrest. A source connected to Kim tells us she'd been suffering flu like symptoms and possibly pneumonia for several weeks. but it's still unclear what exactly caused her death. Another source tells says Kim had contacted her doctor just yesterday complaining she wasn't feeling any better. Diddy and Kim's relationship spanned more than a decade with several breakups and, of course, several makeups. They started dating in 1994 and broke up for the last time in 2007. They have three children together, twin girls. Jesse James and Delia were born in 2006, and she had a third son, which is Christian, in 1998. She also has a son, Quincy Brown, from her previous relationship with Al B. Shore. The whole family was the whole family was last together in public supporting Quincy at last month's premiere for his new movie, The Holiday Calendar. And again, we are reporting something that happened in 2018. So I just want to make that very clear. Kim worked as both a model and an actress, and she made appearances on Diddy's show, I Want to Work for Diddy. Diddy, Diddy's rep, Cindy Berger, tells us sadly, I can confirm the passing of Kim Porter. I ask that you give the family's privacy at this time. Okay. So I wanted to bring that story to you first because, of course, this did happen here in 2018. Okay. So, with that being said, again, this is November the 15th, 2018. Kim Porter's death. Okay. Now, if you guys are not very familiar, there has been several stories about Kim Porter's death. And what we're going to do is going to dig deep into that in part two and part three of this docu series. Okay. So please stay tuned for part two and three as we discuss, certain things that have come out about this. All right. So I wanted to read that article to you, and I do want to go ahead and give credit to TMZ because TMZ did report her passing when it actually happened. All right, let's get into this next story, child. So, if you guys don't know, it looks like on September the 27th of 2022 this year, it looks like Diddy is sued by a woman claiming to be Kim Porter's niece. She called it a shakedown, child, and I mean, she said what she said. She said it was a shakedown. But let's, of course, we cite our sources here. So I want to cite the source, which is TMZ. Okay. The spokesperson for Diddy tells us the lawsuit is a materialist shakedown to extort money from Mr. Combs. Raven is not the niece of Kim Porter, as she falsely alleges, nor is there any legal basis for this case to be filed under the immunity as a Jane Doe. Raven was a part time babysitter for the twins who Mr. Combs kept on the job back in 2018 to provide continuity for the twins following the untimely death of their mother. Mr. Combs graciously permitted Raven to live in his home with her son and treated them like family. Now, we done seen stuff like this on the movies for the nannies, you know what I'm saying? The butler or the shelf, or whatever the case may be. They continue. Her babysitting services were always intended to be temporary, especially since the girls were getting older and spending most of their day at school. In fact, Reagan's trans- transition out of her role was planned and agreed by her long before she even mentioned that she was pregnant. Mr. Combs will take swift and immediate action to protect his family against any false claims. A source close to Diddy tells us the woman was not terminated because she was pregnant, and that she was terminated for cause. What's more, the source claims the woman is not related to Diddy or Kim. Sean Diddy Combs is being sued by Kim Porter's alleged niece, who claims she was wrongfully terminated after she told him she got pregnant and needed to take maternity leave. In legal documents obtained by TMZ, a woman refers to as Jane Rowe, who identifies herself as Kim's niece, is suing Diddy, TriStar Sports, and others, claiming she became a full-time nanny to Diddy's twins after Kim passed away in 2018. Jane says she was then fired 2 years later she, when she requested maternity leave. She claims the day after Kim passed away, Diddy asked her to live at his estate and become a full-time nanny to his twins, Jesse James and Delisle, adding she was responsible for the twins' 24/7 care. James says she got pregnant in August of 2020 and told Diddy she needed to take maternity leave. But Diddy says says Diddy was infuriated and terminated her employment around the time she was set to begin her time off. Rowe claims she was told through Diddy's rep she was canned because she was pregnant and unmarried, which set a bad example for his daughters. She's seeking unspecified damages, and she's seeking unspecified damages, y'all. Unspecified damages. And TMZ broke the story that Kim was found dead at her lake home in 2018, and it was later revealed that she died from pneumonia. Now, allegedly, a lot of people have their thoughts on Kim Porter sitting there, right? So, what we're going to do in part two and part three, we're going to dig deep into some of the claims that have been made from people like I'll Be Sure and just some other friends of uh, Kim Porter's. One thing I do also want to bring to you guys' attention is the day that Kim Porter passed away, it was alleged that Diddy may have been there with her, right? But it was also alleged that once the coroner got there, that Diddy left, or once the paramedics or the police got there, Diddy left, right? Again, y'all, we're gonna get deep, deep, deep into it in part two and part three. My main thing I wanted to give you just a little bit here and there. I still have some things that I want to talk about in this particular video. But like I said, we're going to get deep, deep down into this. And again, y'all, this is fair use because this is content that has already been put out, right? We're not speaking on anything that has not been put out. Everything that we are stating is alleged. And again, it has already been put out, and I did cite my source. Okay? All right. Let's get into this. Bang! Hopefully, you guys are doing me a favor by liking this video, pushing me up in the algorithm, okay? Push me on up in the algorithm, child. I need your help. I need your help. Don Dons. It don't stop there, y'all. It just don't stop there. So what I want to get into now is the alleged email that has been surfacing and it's been floating around in regards to some things about the twins that they may be asking what really happened to their mother. Again, y'all, we're going to get really deep into this. I figured once those girls got older and once they start realizing what was really going on around them, and you know what I mean, if you know what I mean when I say that, once they started realizing what was going on around them, I figured that they were going to be asking questions. But let's get into this email chat. So the email is titled Kim Porter daughters are suspicious of their dad. Hello, I'm emailing you on behalf of some news that I have gotten directly from someone related to Kim Porter. So she's actually wanted to email you, but this she wanted to email about this herself because she's discovered that you have respectfully covered the story, and it's speculation that was and still is surrounding the passing of Kim. But she ultimately backed out in fear that her IP address would be tracked and it would expose who she is. So now, I was asked to contact you and give you some insight to what has been said when it pertains to Diddy's twin girls having questions about the passing of their mother. So, to make a long story short, they don't believe that their mother passed away from pneumonia. Oh my gosh, y'all. The email goes on to say, in fact, the twins had a nanny that they were confiding to about not believing how their mother passed. And when Diddy found out that the nanny was digging for information by questioning the twins about anything that stood out to them that was strange leading up to their mother's passing, they implicated that Diddy seemed a bit more on edge and extremely attentive to them a bit more than usual. Mm. The nanny was fired as a result, and it's all over the blogs. I mean, all over the blogs. I just reported. The nanny did not get fired for what they are saying she got fired for. Diddy had seen a sudden change in the demeanor of the twins since the nanny was put in place, which caused him to interrogate the twins, and they ultimately asked him what really happened to their mommy. This situation has been traumatizing for Kim's entire family. They feel defeated because it seems that every agency that they have called upon to seriously investigate this all have come to the conclusion in the middle of the investigation to pull the plug on the investigation and the case any further. Y'all, y'all. Again, I figured that there was going to be a point where those girls were really going to be asking what is going on or what happened with their mom's death. You know, out of curiosity, a lot of things have taken place. You know, there have been a lot of Kim Porter's family and friends that have alleged several things when it comes to Kim Porter's death. She was 47 years old, so I do honestly believe that that sudden death actually has a it's a big deal. The sudden death is super huge, right? And I just knew. I mean, it's so crazy. So I have a couple of questions for you guys, and I want you guys to drop down in the comment section with what you think about this. Okay. Again, part two is going to be dropping um, as well, so stay tuned for that. And then we're also going to have a part three. But I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. Do you believe that the nanny is the alleged person who didn't want to put this information out? Do you believe the nanny? That's the first question. You believe the nanny is the person that sent this alleged email, or do you think that this person is directly in Kim's family? And again, remember that this particular person is alleging that she is Kim Porter's niece. I don't know how she is related. I don't know, if she's a distant niece or if she's a close niece. Um, but according to Diddy's reps, they are saying that this particular person is not related. The nanny or the ex nanny is not related to Diddy at all. But I do find this strange. It was reported that his girls are asking questions, but then also it's being reported that this nanny is suing him for. I mean, she's suing them, and then this story comes out. So y'all gotta let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. Again, part two and part three are coming very, very soon, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed this. I really need you to subscribe to the channel, please, please, please. Make sure you hit that notification bell, baby, because we don't got no time for you to be missing out on when part two and part three actually drop, child. Okay, because this is going to be dropped. And y'all, this is not going to be the only one that I'm going to do. I'm going to keep doing this. So again, y'all stay tuned for part two and part three. We're going to dig into um, what the family is saying. What Kim Porter's family is saying. Um, and what I do find very interesting is that oh, I really want to know, and I know it's hard when it's your mom, but I really want to know how Quincy feels about this entire thing. You know what I'm saying? Without being feeling like he's pressured to get that answer or whatever the case may be. I'm very curious. I'm very also curious to know, are the twins really questioning this? I mean, it wouldn't be far fetched if the kids are questioning this. Okay. Anyway, this is your boy Chef Don Don. Stay tuned for part two and part three of this mini documentary series. I appreciate my Don Dons again. To make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, like this video, and y'all, stay tuned for part two and three. It's about to be fire.